Good morning. Good morning. We are extremely pleased that you are here. It is good to come together for the purpose of co-creating. Do you agree? Yes. You are knowing what you are wanting? Yes. Really? Well, we believe that you do, to some extent. In other words, knowing what you don't want helps you to know what you do want, doesn't it? So let us put it in another way. Do you believe that you are a vibrational match to your desires? Really? Well, let us tell you how you can tell if you are a vibrational match to your desires. You're living them. When you are a vibrational match to what you want, you're living it. When you're a vibrational match to the dollars that your life has helped you to discern that you prefer, you have them. You are spending them, you have access to them. They are flowing in and out and in and out and in and out of your experience. When you're a vibrational match to the relationship that your lifetime has caused you to hone, you're living it. So it was a trick question, don't feel bad. Because most of our physical friends really think that when we say, do you know what you want, that we're talking about those things that are still on the not yet manifested side of the scale. In other words, I still want it. Someone said to us one day when we were trying to get them to focus upon positive things, and we sort of laid out a list of positive things that she might think about, and she said, oh, Abraham, I don't want those. I've already got those. And what she really meant was, the things that I want are the things that have not yet happened. And we want to help you to realize that if you're thinking about things that you want from the standpoint that they have not yet come to fruition, that they are still missing in your experience, that you are still living the absence of them, and even more important, if you are feeling any negative emotion around them, such as frustration about how long it's taking, or disappointment that it has eluded you while someone else is living it, then that is really a strong indicator that the vibrational frequency that you are offering on a regular basis, you might even call it a chronic vibrational offering, which is what a belief is, then you're holding it in a sort of suspended position where the distance between where you are and where it is not closing. In other words, that's why so many people live for so long in the same situation. Have you known people like that have a bad relationship and they complain about it every time you get together with them, and the relationship then ends because they finally have enough and they close that door, and then first thing you know, they're telling you about a new relationship, and the next thing you know, they're complaining about that one too. And if you have any kind of memory at all, if you're paying attention to them at all, or maybe it's you we are talking about, then you have to be noticing that different faces, different places are moving through their experience, but not very much is changing. It's like they keep marrying the same person over and over again. They keep dating the same person over and over again. They keep moving into the same neighborhood with the same neighbors and living in the same houses with the same problems. Jerry will say to Esther, you still got that floor thing going on, don't you? As project after project has a problem with the floor. And Esther will say, I care about floors. And Jerry will say, that's obvious. If you weren't thinking about them at all, we could get a perfect floor. You have these patterns of thought. And law of attraction is helping you to sustain the pattern of thought that you have. A belief is just a thought you keep thinking. And so early on in your experience, by your exposure to life, you began developing some patterns of thought. Sometimes they were carefully taught to you by others. Sometimes It came because of something that you observed and then talked about and then remembered and then attracted again and then talked about it and then remembered and then attracted again. In other words, life is very interesting here, isn't it? You can't talk about anything for very long before it begins to replicate itself in your life experience. And it's what makes you develop your patterns of what you call truths. You say, at first I wasn't sure, and then I pondered it for a while. And once I gave it my attention, I began seeing evidence of it everywhere. And now I believe it, and now that I believe it, it's manifesting in my experience. And we say, that's really wonderful, isn't it, if it's stuff you want? But if you are repeating patterns of thought about things you do not want, and in your environment, oh, you are very, very good at that. You have this sort of mass consciousness theory that goes like this. If we don't beat the drum of our history, we are sure to repeat it again. And we say, the contrary is true. The more you beat the drum of anything, the more you activate it in your vibration. The more it is activated in your vibration, then the more law of attraction is matching you up with things like it. And the more law of attraction is matching you up with things like it, the more you observe it. And the more you observe it, the more you talk about it. The more you talk about it and observe it, the more you beat the drum of it or offer the vibration of it. The more you offer the vibration of it, the more law of attraction matches you up with it. The more law of attraction matches you up with it, the more you're living it, the more you're talking about it, the more you're beating the drum of it, the more you're offering the vibration of it. The more you're offering the vibration of it, the more the law of attraction lines you up with it. The more law of attraction lines you up with it, the more you notice it. The more you notice it, the more you talk about it. The more you talk about it, the more you offer it vibrationally. The more you offer it vibrationally, the more law of attraction lines you up with it. The more law of attraction line. We could go on. Your life experience is showing you that. You just cannot keep telling the same story without continuing to live the same circumstances. And so this gathering, we're calling it the art of allowing, but what it really means is the art of telling a different story, the art of telling the story the way life has helped you carve it out incrementally, but telling the story with your words, with your observations, with your expectations, with your vibration. Then when law of attraction is responding to your deliberate offering of thought, now you're getting what you want, not just what you're observing.